What's really interesting that's happening with AI is that there's this big deal, at least from the US perspective, to not let China beat us. So what do? You become China. China's been known historically not to protect US copyrights or even copyrights in general unless that book has significant social or impact on the country of China. Meaning, if it makes a lot of money, just like in the US and the West, if you have a lot of lawyers, you can get some payment, you can get some licensing dollars. But we've decided to become like China and say everything else, if you're not making money, it's fair use. So content creators, you want to really hide your stuff behind paywalls, behind passwords. And if you're putting it out there, your job should be to get into AI doing AEO, answer engine optimization, or GEO, generative engine optimization, whatever you want to call it, is the new search engine stuff. But it doesn't look like the courts are there to back us. AI is allowed to take any content that we can have, put it in there, even copyrighted content, according to many judges so far. And yes, we're not at the end of this, but you got to start looking at the patterns. There is not a single judge, and I've looked at 10 cases at least, who has stood up and said, I see that by bringing in the content and breaking it into these little things called tokens, that means there's not storing a physical copy of a book, because that's what copyright's based on. One unchanging creative painting book. It's based on something being static. And of course, AI takes in the words, stretches them all out, makes associations, so your product, your book actually is not in there. In fact, in my research, when I've looked at it, estimates are you might, if you worked really hard, get maybe 25% of a book that they scraped out of AI. Now, I don't know if that's true, but try it. You cannot just say, give me that book. That's the core of copyright. And that's the weakness of copyright that has no application to what we're doing. So while they can take our content, I want you to remember that the kind of ChatGPT that relies on taking other people's content is also challenged by many other AIs. Yann LeCun, who's been Meta's AI scientist, is now leaving to create a startup where they can take in information, not like ChatGPT, which gets all this words and images and videos, but it actually observes, it learns, it does what sort of we do as a human. We look out through our eyes and we learn, we bring things in. And start realizing that AI is way more than ChatGPT, despite what the headlines say.